talked about I've kept trying to go to different faith groups, because of what I've learned from that experience, I'd like to share with you hopefully some insights that you'll find interesting from that experience. The one thing that amazes me when I think about religious groups overall, and there's been somewhere around 900 in Sacramento, is that is how much they do. Collectively, the things that you're doing here, in Help the Helpless, and the missions that you were working on, that pattern is so repeated throughout Sacramento. In terms of youth programs, in terms of drug intervention, in terms of helping the homeless, and raising money, and doing volunteer work, it's absolutely phenomenal. It's absolutely phenomenal. It's like, my guess would be, based on U.S. statistics and kind of what my sense is, somewhere Sacramentans in this region probably contribute around $400 to $500 million a year to their faith groups. And they do unbelievable millions of hours worth of work, volunteer work, every year. I mean, it's like, to me this is like about as amazing as if we got rid of the IRS, and instead we sent everybody home with a box of envelopes, and just send it in. And then occasionally the president would come on, we're having problems in the Middle East, can you send a little more this week? It's incredible. Take a look. This building was done by volunteers, right? No, I mean, the legacy of like this church and other churches here and faith groups is just incredible when you think about it. And I don't think they get the credit they deserve. The second part is, I've been to 80 places. Now, one of the perceptions that people have about religious organizations is they're all the same. I've been to 80, I can tell you they're not. They are so different. They reflect the totally different kind of experiences, what it's like to be a Sacramentan. Everything from being a mom to culturally, all different kinds of differences. In all different facets, there's basically a church for everyone with different kind of orientations. And that being said, I think there is this incredible commonality about all of them. And what that is that fellowship trumps theology. That it's like what occurs in the pews is so much more important than what occurs in the pulpit. That it's the experience and the safety net that embodies every place I've been. That is the part that I just think means so much. I mean, today at the different 900 different congregations, there will be people that are going to make sure they check in with Frank, because this is the first day back. You know, he's had a church since Harriet died. And they've been bringing him over casseroles, but now they want to check in with him to make sure he's okay. And in the congregations today, people will be noticing that Shelley, who they've watched grow up, has now her new fiance is in the pews with her today for the first time. And everybody's noticing how close they're sitting together. And then there'll be a couple babies that are screaming, and they'll be so relieved that they have healthy lungs on them because they were preemies and we were all worried about that. And that feeling, that sense of casserole trumping over theology is true wherever we go. And I think that, to me, gives a commonality and kind of desire to bring the people together. Because I think it's that fellowship that we all can unite in, regardless of kind of any theology. And then what's more is, I think, what's occurring in terms of the messages is they're so reflecting what the experience is of people living here in Sacramento. That is, if you go to the urban, kind of more poor churches, the essential message that you hear over and over again, in very great way, is what doesn't kill you is going to make you stronger. What doesn't kill you is going to make you stronger. So no matter what you're going through it's like you can find that reserve strength, no matter what your neighborhood's like, etc., to get by. And it's a resounding, important message that really matters. If when I go to the gay churches, the message is, hey, a lot of people don't like you, but we do, and God does, and it is a comforting message. And you go to the Episcopal churches and the more wealthier churches, and the message is giving back is really important. That's where you're going to find God's grace. That's where you're going to find who you are, is giving back. And so to me, it's like it's basically the same message that gets filtered to different congregations based on where they are. That is a better kind of understanding of what's happening as opposed to differences in theology. And thus, it's what I've come away from this experience and going to different faith groups is belief in this Buddhist message that all religions are different paths up the same mountain. But at the top, it's all the same. And for me, that has been just very reassuring to see all of you here, to see what this church has done, and to know that that pattern is replicated throughout Sacramento in many different forms, but with all the same spirit. Whether it be in mosques, or in synagogues, or big churches, or little churches, the same thing is going on. And so, what I want to do is share with the insight, but also make sure you're invited to come out to our event on September 8th at Minami, which with the different religious groups, and to be in that hall with so many different people, and you'll really enjoy it. But also just to put out the welcome mat that I've experienced with to connect up with the different groups here in Sacramento. I think you'll find that really rewarding. The image I have of the different faith groups in Sacramento is they're kind of like boys and girls at an 8th grade dance. That is, they're all in the room together, but no one, they all like to dance, but no one ever asks each other, and so nothing happens. I'm urging you to walk across the dance floor. I think that your experience when you do that will be like my experience, and you'll be received with tremendous amounts of love, and it'll be worth the trip. Thank you so much.